Right, we move on to the 2012 year in our review series of the BBC. So 2012, Gnome was finally back after a 2-year hiatus, and he came back with a bang. So with the Gnome back in business, we had 9 in the BBC this year, 9 players, and we played 36 holes at Indooroopilly, so the west and the east course, Nudgee South and North Lakes on the final day. Gnome came back and won it. He was off a handicap of 10, and he had net scores of 71, 84, 60 and 81. He beat Sticky by 8 shots that year. So a good effort by Sticky to get second. The Gnome matched JCat's efforts from 2010 by having 2 net scores in the 80s and still taken home the trophy. T Dizzle won his 3rd straight spoon, and Tonza won his first poker title. Played with Gnome on the first day, and I remember this, and it was 4 consecutive birdies for the Gnome on the back 9 of Indooroopilly East. So Gnome, I don't think that record will be beaten. He's had a lot of records this year. His 60 net at Nudgee South is a record still, and I don't think that'll ever get touched or get beaten. And he had a par 70 off the stick that day, and once again I'd be shocked if that ever gets beaten either. So some up and down golf from the Gnome that year, but when he was on, my God, was he on. But so this year, a couple of moments that I've remembered. After the second round, Big Daddy told us that he was staying in the city because Jody was in town, so I didn't want to come back and have a good night with the boys, have a drink with the boys. So one of the most shocking crimes to a putter ever seen happened to Jason's putter that night when he was away. You know, his putter head got teabagged by this hairy scrotum. The putter grip didn't go untouched either. So these images were only leaked just before the start of the 3rd round when Jace was on the practice green putting. So still never been proven who nutsacked Jason's putter, but his putter had a good night too while Jason was away, I guess. So moving on, I think we had our Tonza won the poker tournament, and the next day on the way to North Lakes we had to pull over so the little fella could have a big spew on the side of the road. I think that was the first time that's happened at BBC. It has not been the last. There's been plenty more occasions of that, just not from Tonza. I won't spoil any spoiler alerts, but we all know what it is unless you haven't been around in the BBC, but we'll get to that in later years. So that was North Lakes on the last day. JCat won North Lakes on the last day with a 74 net. That was a massive 15 shots better than his score 2 years ago. And finally, after all the golf was done, our farewell dinner night out was at the casino as usual, and Sticky Date was cranky. Not because he'd just come so close to his first title, but because he was, he thought he had been shafted at the casino. He was playing the chocky wheel. He'd put his money on Jupiter's, which was 47 to 1. And up spun Conrad, which was 47 to 1. He thought it was 6 to 1, half a dozen the other. Thought, give me my money, show me the money. And the casino just raked it all in. And he blew up. He thought he was a winner. He was adamant he was a winner. And then they explained the rules, and he just fucking walked away with his tail between his legs. And to rub a bit of salt into the wound, JCat then legitimately got the 47 to 1. He spun it up only a matter of 20 minutes later or something, and he had all the fucking chips to prove it. Couple hundred for JCat, well done. So that's 2012, mate. That's my take on it. That's what I can remember. If you've got any videos or photos or memories of yourself, guys, then please share. Righto.